September the 8th, 2018. So here's some progress on my StarSpeeder 1000 converted into a 3000 project. I was able to get into the thing and actually see how stuff is constructed on the inside. I was able to remove the floor section fairly easily, and I was able to get the seats off before that. So these will need to be painted orange to match the classic ride. And I might or might not paint the floor, I'm not entirely sure. If I had the later version that had added the Jakku scene, I'm sure that little piece right there would be different, and the cards and the shapes of them and everything would be different. And then the underside piece looks like this, with a lot of the, these are the pieces that go over the doors with the lights, and then this is the piece that the buttons press on the inside there. So just had to kind of separate everything. Mostly was able to do it by removing screws. There were two wires that I opted to cut, and that's this one and this one, because they go under the mechanisms for the doors and to these push buttons here that are activated when the doors are pushed in to make a sound effect and the light. And the reason I opted to to cut those wires was because otherwise the top and the bottom were just going to stay tethered, and while I'm trying to paint and all this stuff, I figured a wire was going to break anyway, or something was going to get torn. So I said it's within my skill set now to easily splice these wires back together when I'm done painting. Once I got in there and started removing the pieces for the doors, I discovered that really the pins that hold them in place are extremely tiny and fragile. There's a broken pin right there. And this one has a broken ring. I don't know if you can see that or not, where this piece should attach. And I said, I really think that's beyond repair. What would be great, also, here are a chart that shows where all the screws go and where all the stickers were peeled off of the outer hull. I said, what would be great is if I could find somebody else that had a broken one that I could cannibalize the doors off of one and put on the other. And it had taken 6 years to get one this cheap off of eBay, so I knew not to look on eBay. I just went on Google, typed in StarSpeeder 1000 toy, and hit the button for shopping. And I actually got a hit off of a website I'd never heard of called Mercari, M-E-R-C-A-R-I. And a guy had one for sale, and it was $44. It was missing the roof. It did not have this piece, and it was I don't think it had R2D2, but otherwise it was supposed to contain everything. And I really kind of dithered about it. I joined Mercari. I signed up for it so I could send him a message, and I said, number one, do all the doors work? Number two, are you firm on the price? Because I would be buying this basically for two pieces to repair one that I'm working on. And the guy messaged me back within an hour with photos, and he said, well, it was functional when I originally listed it, but I've checked it just now and one of the doors is broken. And the picture of the door that was broken on his was this door. I'm like, okay, so I could take his number 3 door and on the other side his number 2 door and make mine work. But he wasn't finished. He said, and since it is no longer functional, I am no longer firm on the price, and he had already knocked $21 off the price. So I got it for $23. Shipping was another $13. So I got this StarSpeeder for a grand total of $27. I got this one for a grand total of $36. Why they're both multiples of 9, I don't know. But if you add them together, you get 63, and that's another multiple of 9. What's the significance? I don't know. So this has arrived from a great seller on Mercari. Coleman Family was the name of the sellers. And like I say, it's not going to have every piece to it, but really, we basically just want it for the doors. So he has Batman wrapping paper as padding. That's hilarious. Hang on a second. What should we do with this old Batman wrapping paper, Dad? I'll find a use for it. So, alright, here we go. That is the StarSpeeder itself in bubble wrap. So hey, I don't have to complain about packing peanuts on this video. Something rattled around in there. No RC360, no R2D2, but
thank you for flying Star Tours.
The electronics still work. And let's test this set of doors. Number 3 door works. Let's test this set of doors. All 5 work. Okay, so now I own 4 of these things. So, all right, time to start dismantling the new one and putting the doors from this one into that one. So, still though, $63 for 1.5 of these, or 1.75 of these ships, is still less than what you'd have paid in the parks to buy one. But think about this. I mean, really, show me a Star Wars toy vehicle this big that you can go to Walmart right now and find for under $36. So, plus, I mean, there's something very cool to me about taking 2 broken things and yielding one good one out of it. And you know, there's still gonna be 1 broken thing left, but there's 1 less broken thing in the world when you're done with it. I just think that's kind of cool. So, stay tuned for further progress, and thank you, as always, for watching.